All right, Bridget, how's it going this morning?
It's going great. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for asking. Bridget, I want to go ahead and just jumpstart this interview. So, if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about your professional career and a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So, I come from the corporate world, and after 2020, I had to take a break to raise my children. So now I'm here ready to enter the corporate world as well. In the past couple of months, I've been substitute teaching just to kind of get my foot back in the water, and the scheduling was a little bit more easier with my kids because they were transitioning to school. But now that we've relocated to Tampa, I'm ready to start in back in the corporate environment. Before I left corporate in 2020, I had a lot of work history in marketing and in the office environment. I worked at City Furniture for several years and I started off in sales. So there was a lot of front facing customer interactions. And then I worked my way into corporate as a social media marketing assistant. So I learned all of those basic skills on how to manage in the office, everything from Microsoft to Gmail to their more complex systems that City Furniture had in the marketing department, and slowly made my way up and learned Facebook, Instagram, all the good social media platforms and advertising. And so, right before I actually left corporate, I was a social media manager, and I was managing, an individual. And so, I do feel like my skill set has, been a very broad range because when you work for a smaller company, you tend to be pulled into many different directions that's outside of your marketing role. So I've even worked in an event and did what is it called? Experiential marketing. We've done grand opening events, volunteer events such as um, mattress giveaways for kids. And so we've done a lot. I feel like I've touched a little bit of all the different areas, and I think that's why I would be easily join any job and kind of make my way around because I learn really quickly and I can apply the skill sets that I've had from the past into this new position.
Absolutely. And that was a great introduction, Bridget, to your professional career and then where you are now, right, as a substitute teacher. I want to go back to your experience at City Furniture because I
Hmm.
can see the resume there. You've been able to kind of drastically move up in the role, as you mentioned, kind of started as sales, right, and then worked your
Yeah.
way up. So in the latest role at City Furniture, you were a social media manager. What did your
Hmm.
day look like there?
So when we would get into the office, we'd obviously have the team meetings, get everyone set, figure out what was going on, current state. We would review certain things that were happening in social media. We'll also review upcoming projects. We did a lot of strategy because we had a lot of upcoming events and grand openings. And of course, we're trying to push sales into our e-commerce site. And then also get foot traffic into the store. So we had to come up with a campaign that would be able to hit all of those goals and also hit the overall goals at City Furniture, because they are very big on KPIs and everything you're tracking towards a goal. So that helped us keep us in line, and then everyone had their individual goals within the larger goals to hit to make sure that the company hit their sales goal at the end of the year. Also, part of the social media team, we did employee advocacy, where I was in charge of managing their internal platform to make sure that the customer, not our customers, our internal customers, which is our sales associates and all the associates really, were interacting and making sure they were happy with the company and get them active and kind of build that morale as well. So that was one of the strategies. And we also had to do a positive um, reputation management. And through reputation management, where we kind of made sure the general public, especially those customers that are purchasing our product, were happy with our, not only our product, our service. So we would make sure we would kind of gather that information through Google reviews, Facebook reviews, Yelp, community pages, to make sure that our level, our score was always above a B plus, which was a platform that we use through Sprinkler, which is a very well-known platform in this kind of marketing
Wow.
area.
Yeah.
Yes, marketing realm, thank you. And so through that, we would do positive review acquisitions where we come up with a strategy on how to gain more positive reviews, whether that be send out an email. If you're happy, click on it, it sends you over to the Facebook page. If you're not happy, it sends back a survey. So internally, we would know where we went wrong. So like I said, when you're in a smaller company, even if you're set your positions as social media, you do a lot more than just social media. You kind of have all the different hats on.
Yeah, yeah. And that's amazing. I appreciate you being so detailed with that because even as you were speaking, I was like, okay, there's a lot more that it takes in marketing rather just, doing a
Right.
Canva flyer or reaching out to
Yeah.
people in the community. So you're doing a lot of as you're speaking, I'm thinking a lot of that's a lot of customer service, a lot of engagement with
Yeah.
prospects, clients, customers, whomever. So that takes me back to customer service. So since we're on the topic of customer service, Bridget, I want to know, what does customer service mean to you?
I want to say, they always say the customer is always right. And that is really 100% true. I think a big part of customer service is kind of realizing that everyone has a background, everyone has a story. And sometimes you meet a customer and you immediately click. I think if you're a people person, that's very easy to do. And it's once you're relatable to them, it's much easier to manage all interactions with them going on. Because I really most of my customer service experience through sales because even though I'm selling them a product, I'm actually managing their entire account from that point. And you kind of build a rapport, you get to know them. If they have issues with their product or their sales, you become their customer service agent at that point. And I really do love customer service and sales because I love that one-on-one interactions with people and kind of problem solving and helping them. And that's kind of what it like making sure you do good by the people that you meet. It's kind of the core.
I agree completely, and that's what keeps your customers coming back, right? Is that customer
Right.
service, that interaction, that
Hmm.
wow factor you give each person. So I completely agree. Now, Bridget, I know that you're looking for a new role. So what are
Hmm.
some key job titles that you're currently seeking?
Anything from office admin to customer service. I am leaning to more admin because I think, I've learned so much with in my previous positions. I would like to apply those skills back into the job. Yeah,
Amazing. And how soon are you looking to start a new position?
immediately.
That sounds amazing. Well, Bridget, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. I appreciate all the details you were able to provide me today.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I'm going to go ahead and conclude this interview, but please don't hang up on me quite yet. I want to continue chatting with you.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.